All right. Hey, everybody. With Tuesdays with Tonya, it is May 30th and going over some of the updates with Fintoch. Fintoch is getting positioned to go public. And they've been sharing, the leadership has been sharing a lot of information, some of it very technical and made my head spin a couple times, my eyes cross a few more times. So I want to kind of pull it back and help everyone have a more foundational understanding and a vision for what's happening. Um, First of all, when you conceptualize what's going on, I was just talking with my husband, I gave him two different scenarios, one of them being Uber, right? We know lots of individuals. They could be PhDs, they could be people with engineering degrees. I've met people from all walks of life who have driven for Uber to make extra money. People out there saying, they're their own boss now, they get to make this extra money driving for Uber. And so while there are those drivers, some of them have been able to quit their jobs to do whatever they want to. I met one restaurant owner, he owned 3 restaurants in his mini chain. Things were very stressful during a pandemic, and he just gave it all up, started driving Uber, hired a couple more drivers, and made a lot of money. Very happy, stress-free life for him. The technology did it all. But then there's also, so those guys are happy, they're making their money, they're doing what they want. There's also the side of the transaction where the people who created the technology that the drivers are using are sitting somewhere on a beach, on a yacht, with their family, traveling the world, making money while the drivers are also making money. So, two sides of the coin. It's just a matter of when those people found out about it, if they were in the, who knows, if they were allowed to participate in the equity structure of Uber, right? There's also another scenario to consider. And when we're looking at FinTech, the loan side of it is going to essentially be like Uber drive, so someone who's an Uber driver. So it's still there. There's still going to be drivers, or there's still going to be loans. They're coming back once our blockchain is fully adopted. But on the other side of it, we are now able to participate and purchase the nodes, the underlying technology that makes everything work on Fintoch's blockchain. They sped up the process. The membership base has been growing. The numbers are growing. The market cap is increasing. Everything that they wanted to do to be positioned to go public has been happening. And so there was one thing that also was a little bit of a scare for them. Someone's, their wallet got hacked from Binance. They don't own Binance. They don't have control over their blockchain. And so they said, okay, let's move as quickly as we can to get our people on our blockchain so they don't have to worry about being associated with FinTech and having to use someone else's blockchain. And so that again prompted them to speed up the process. And so then there are artists, right? We all have our favorite artists people will go see in concert. We love to see them. Those artists are happy. They're doing what they're passionate about. They sing, they make money, but they have to continue to go out to perform. We see, like, I like Frankie Beverly and Maze. He's so old that when you go to his concerts now, he doesn't even sing. He just kind of holds the microphone out for you to sing for him, right? His voice is shot, but he's still making a ton of money going out and touring. So you have artists that are out there singing, they're performing, they're going and doing shows, special events, private events. And then you have the songwriter or the producer or the record company that are sitting in the background getting royalties because they were there at the conception, they were there when it was put together. Again, that's us in this scenario. We have the loans that will still be there. They're going to still go out there and perform and still make money for us once the blockchain has been vetted for 30 full days. But now we are able to participate on the back end and get some of those residuals, get some of those royalties that will be able to be made. All right. So a quick understanding of blockchain technology and nodes. All right. A node is typically a software or a computer that is somewhere in the background that plays the role of a bank teller. Remember, you used to go to the bank, and if you had, let's say, Deanna gave me a check for $10,000, I took that physical check to the bank and I tried to cash it at her bank. They would say, hold on, they needed to go and look into Deanna's account to make sure the cash was there. And then they would say, okay, and give me the cash. That is in modern day and age, that's called a node. And those nodes are no longer individuals per se, a person who's sitting down doing work. They're computers, they're software, they're systems that are generating the answers that we need. Usually it's going to be 6 different nodes around the world somewhere that need to be in consensus, that when Dr. Rux tries to send me, $50,000 in USDT, that it's actually in his wallet. So there will never ever be a scenario where you can have an overdraft at a bank. You can't have an overdraft with digital currency. They will not allow that transaction to go through until there is a confirmation from at least 6 different nodes. All right, on that network. When Bitcoin came out, they were great. They did their thing. They set the stage for what was possible with blockchain technology. And so, guys, we get to now be the nodes. We get to participate in that. All right. And that is how we're going to make money. Our systems will be the systems that are making a decision to say, yep, we're in concurrence, that there's enough funds to move funds from one wallet to another. All right. That is what a node essentially does. Okay. When Bitcoin was created, it was the first on the blockchain. It did its thing. Everybody was really excited about it. When I first started sending Bitcoin to people, we would be on Zooms just like this. I would have them download blockchain.com. I would put my phone up. They would scan the QR code from sitting on their computer. They would use their phone to scan the QR code. I would send the first person $20, and then we'd have some other people on the phone. That person would send someone else on the Zoom $15. That person would be so excited. Then they would send someone else $10, and then the last person would have $5. We do this over and over and over again, just explaining to people how Bitcoin worked. It was instant. We didn't have to do KYC. Everybody just right there on the Zoom downloaded the app, easy adoption. You guys have all seen how things have changed, right? Now you got to go through KYC. Me? Is there anyone else? Uh-oh, I may have frozen for a second. It's my internet. Hold on. Am I good now? Okay, I just got the signal that my internet was back. Okay, so in this time frame, Bitcoin got slower as more and more mass adoption took place. Ethereum came along. Ethereum said, we're going to be better, stronger, faster. We're going to have added pieces of security. Our blockchain is going to be a little bit faster. And boom, they were fast for a while. They were out the gate. They were fast. Now, as of today, the biggest and fastest blockchain in the world is Binance. And write this down. Binance currently, as of today, is the biggest and fastest moving blockchain, and it's also the cheapest. We don't really have access to it here in the US because Binance has moved offshore. So whenever I want to use my Binance app that I've had for, 10 years, I have to use my VPN. So for those who already have VPNs, I know Michael had one, we all have to use our VPNs to access Binance to pretend we're not in the United States, because the US government wanted to regulate it and they said, no, we'll just move offshore and then we'll create a separate company called Binance US. I just didn't even feel like being bothered with it because the original one, you don't have to do KYC and all that stuff. So I wasn't I didn't feel like being bothered with it. I don't even use the new Binance US, but that blockchain is currently the biggest in the world. Again, it's something that most of us don't even use in the US, but it's the biggest in the world. And so I want you to have an understanding that sometimes things are going on around us that we have no clue what's going on. There's so much mass adoption in other countries, and we think of America as a superpower, but guys, it really isn't here anymore. There's a shift. And right now, when you get to be the first in the United States to adopt something, the first in the United States to bring something to the masses, this is where you position yourself to have massive wealth because of being at the forefront. Okay. But Binance, I had you write down that it was the largest. Binance currently has 24 nodes. All right. With Fintoch, we are going to combine the best of what everyone has done. Got it, guys. I'm good now. Okay, and I'm sorry, it doesn't alert me until after my signal comes back. It doesn't tell me that it goes out. So thank you for letting me know. With Binance, they have 24 nodes. I hope you caught that part. They are currently the largest with 24 nodes. With Fintoch, we're going to do, they've studied everything that everyone's done. They have the money behind it. And now we with Fintoch will have hundreds of nodes, not 24, hundreds. So we are talking about having a very secure and a very fast network for transactions to move. Yes, Shannon. Yes, yes, yes. A very, very nice position to be in. What does that mean for you and I? For everyone that already had funds in Fintoch, it doesn't matter if it was a contract. It does not matter if it was a loan. I mean, a loan that was out, smart contract. If it was profit sitting in a wallet, or if you were getting ready to withdraw and it never, for me, I was doing a withdrawal, it never went to my actual Fintoch wallet. It was just kind of sitting in limbo for like the last week. All of those funds have been consolidated and they're now in your wallet as a super node voucher. And so you have two options. You can stay with the platform using your Supernode voucher to now be a part of that Supernode. And guys, another part of the beauty, there's some people out there that were a part of the nodes that created Bitcoin. Who do you think made more money? The people that operated the nodes or the people that had the Bitcoin? A is the nodes, B is the Bitcoin. Tell me in the chat. Tell me what you guys think. Who made more money? Michael gave me a big old A online. Absolutely. The nodes, because as the coin goes up and down, as it moves, as it fluctuates, as there's volatility, it doesn't matter. The cost is still the same for the nodes to operate. So their money is continuously growing. They're steadily making money. That is the same position that we're putting ourselves in. So right now we get to participate and be nodes on the front end. Once we are right now, we're currently kind of pre-launch because June 1st is the technical date for the launch of our blockchain. So we're still kind of pre-launch. So if you have your Supernode voucher, you can convert it and become a part of the Supernode. You would need a little bit of Binance in your wallet because we're still pre-launch of our blockchain. You still need some Binance. I think like $2, $3 worth of Binance. And I'm trying to find a lot of it so that we could do something where there's one person, two people that have Binance coins, and we could just grab it from them to just grab a couple dollars at a time instead of everyone having to buy a minimum $50 that they may not need in the future, right? So I'm working on that for everyone. So we'll be able to get in there using our voucher to now have some portion of the node that will operate the platform for FinTech and that will operate the blockchain, that when the loans come back, the smart contracts that are on the blockchain, it's the nodes that decide whether or not it can go through. It's the node that decides if that person put down their 50% deposit. It's the nodes that decide, oh, nope, shutting you off because you've lost 30% of the money. The nodes do all of the work underlying. So we'll be making money from the nodes. And then on the top of that, when we go and get more contracts and loans to send out, make additional money there. So they just put us on a path. They threw gasoline on our money and just threw the match at it. And they're like, this baby's going to blow. And so we're here, and I'm excited. Like, I can't sleep. I've been on every call. I've listened to the calls after I get them. I go back and listen to the recordings and try to get notes because I really want to make this easy for everyone to understand so no one misses it. And in addition to that, I want you to be able to relay it, not hype, but facts. If I can give you just small scenarios, small pictures that you can paint for someone else, ask them who their favorite artist is. And like, dude, would you rather be Drake or would you rather be the songwriter who's making money every time Drake goes out and performs, probably making more money than him because they take all of the expenses out of Drake's, money that he makes, but that person back there is sitting back chilling, still making money. You think about sports, these athletes, they have, I don't even know sports terms, but they have the person that manages all their money, gets the 30% or whatever. The athlete has to go out there and break their bones, their body. They're doing what they're passionate about, so they're happy, but they got to break their bones in their body and decrease their lifespan by years every season that they play, while somebody else is chilling, getting residuals because they help set things up. We're in the setup process. This money's about to flow for us. It's going to be ridiculous, right? Okay. And so the other option with your voucher, if you say, you know what, Tonya, I don't see it, I just really don't get it, you can cash out your voucher. If you want to cash out your voucher, I have a line of people, a ton of people who need vouchers to get into the system, who want vouchers to get onto the platform. So get in touch with me and I will help you find someone who wants to use your voucher. Okay. So those are your two options with the voucher. You can either stick with us and let this money catch on fire, or in a good way, or you can decide to go ahead and cash out. And even if you decide you want to cash out, like hold 100 back just to have a position in place with a note. That's all you need is a minimum 100 USDT. If you say, I don't want to risk the rest of my money, just have a $100 position. Okay. As far as the rest of the company and the rest of the structure goes, a lot of you on here already have other investors that you have referred. And so I've been making videos for every step of the process. If you're in the chats, and all of you are because you're on here, you saw the flyer for tonight. You will see in the chats that it says phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. All of those phases can be completed now while we're waiting. What we're waiting for is phase 4, where we rebind our wallets, meaning we get back in the company under the sponsor that referred us. Okay. That sponsor may give you a different referral ID, but make sure you still stick with that sponsor. All right. We do everything with integrity here. Guys, if I hear anyone taking someone else's investor, I am sorry. I could never work with you again. It's just, I couldn't do it. We do everything with integrity here. I absolutely don't want to be in a position where anyone's feeling like when they're here, when they're working with me, they put them, their family, their legacy at risk because they're connected with our community. That would not fly with me. And I would have to remove that person from our atmosphere. It's just not the type of person that I even want around us. Okay. And so, some people may have the mindset like, oh, well, I really wanted to work with this person. You can't. You didn't work with them first. You didn't bring them first. This is not the time to do that. It's not the time or space for that. There's way too much money out here to burn bridges, to put yourself in a position where you're seen as a pariah, someone that people can't trust. Okay. So we're still going to work together as a community. Everyone will get back in place under the person that they were referred by. And everyone here was previously in Novatech. There are rare situations, and maybe it may pop up here. A rare situation in Novatech is that one of the investors from Novatech decided not to come over to Fintoch. We talked to her, gave her all the information, and she decided it wasn't for her. She is now saying, like, holy crap, I missed it. I'm ready to get in, right? But at that time, she decided it wasn't for her. And we got her blessing to talk to her people. Okay. And so a lot of her investors from Novatech are in Fintoch, and now she will be coming in under one of them. We've also had scenarios where there were people, no, it's the same scenario. Someone from Novatech decided not to move over. So someone was able to come in under someone else in this family. That is not the same thing here. Unless there is someone who says, and guys, please copy me on a communication so no one can ever say, no, I didn't say that. That's not what I meant. Copy me on a communication, whether it be a chat, a group text saying like, hey, such and such, I understand you're not moving forward. You're going to cash out with Fintoch, and understanding that the people that were under you will rise up and now be under me. Again, we want to do everything in integrity here, okay? So copy me on a communication. If that happens to be the case with someone that you know that's not moving forward, this is a way that we protect the family, protect the unit that we built here. Okay, so those are the two things that you can do with the vouchers. The phase 4, the rebinding process. What happens is we get the referral ID from the person that referred us. I am waiting for Mr. Bean to get his from his referral source. And he's probably waiting for Kojo to give him his. So it's Kojo, Dap, Mr. Bean, my husband, myself. So everyone above me has to get in place and get in line, and everyone's making sure that their structures are the way that they want them. Which brings me to phase 1 that I showed you guys in the group. Getting your structure together. Make sure you have these sheets together and filled out. This one's upside down, and filled out. Have a visual. You can then, put it up on your wall, see what's going on, because some of you have large families that you have in place. Some of you have investment clubs, you have customers, you have clients. You want to be able to map this out to make sure that each position that you have has 5 people under it. Then you start a new position for yourself, put 5 people under that one, and you keep going on and on so that we can maximize the compensation structure, because everything else stays the same as far as the structure. You need 5 people direct to you, the volume that you need to hit a different rank. What will change is a small tweak. Instead of it being, say, before it was USDT that we're bringing in, now it's the vouchers. Instead of it being $50,000 in vouchers makes you a GM, that's not the way it will be. It will be $50,000 in vouchers produces X amount of FTC. That's the coin that they will be paying us in. The value of FTC is expected to be at $1 on July 1st, expected. You can write it down, but please put expected, because no one knows. This is the expected value. The FTC coin, they are hoping, based on the ecosystem that has been put together, the structure and the ecosystem for Fintoch. My mind's been blown over the last 2 days learning about the ecosystem. I truly didn't understand what they already had in place and what they're rolling out. And so we'll go into that a little bit more at another time. but the ecosystem, everything that they have put in place, the use case for the coins, the way, the speed of our transactions, all these different things that will bring the milkshake that brings the boys to the yard, they have put it all together. And now they're hoping that the FTH coin, the one that's valued at over $100,000 because of the structure of the company and the ownership shares of the company, they hope that the trajectory of the coin moves at that kind of pace. All right. And so, guys, we don't even have to be in a position where the coin is, you know, 10, 20, $30 to have massive wealth in this situation, especially for those of us who are building. I wrote something down that I wanted to share. What if right now we have 20 million people, individuals in Fintoch? Between those 20 million people, many of them have multiple wallets. So there are over 60 million wallets in Fintoch. Every single time someone does something on a wallet, moving funds or earning funds, receiving funds, there is a gas fee, and that gas fee will no longer be Ethereum or Tron or Binance. After July 1st, it will be our coin, the FTC coin. Okay, so that's how we're going to get paid. Instead of getting paid in USDT, we'll get paid in FTC coins. And so that value and everything is moving and growing based on everything that's been created within the platform. So let's say if only the 20 million people that have one wallet do a transaction in one day, they all, decided to move $1 that one day. And let's say the gas fee for those transactions was only 10 cents. Everyone on here has seen gas fees upwards of $3, $4, $11 per transaction per whatever they're doing. That doesn't even include swapping your currency from one currency to another. That's just moving it. So let's say baseline, 10 cents was the gas fee for each transaction. 20 million transactions, that would be $2 million in one day in gas fees earned on the platform. That $2 million is split up amongst us in pro rata shares based on how much of the node that we own. Okay, so 20 million people moving and doing the transaction. That's just the people that are here in Fintoch. That doesn't include anyone that will adopt our platform in the future. I'm just painting these pictures to help you really understand what the possibilities are, where we can go with this, and what the numbers may look like. So we all will be getting those addresses, their IDs from our referral source. We will then find our wallet, and I have a video for it. I haven't released it because I don't want anyone calling me and texting me and saying, Tonya, it doesn't work. It's not binding, because it's not going to work until the person that referred you has one, right? So we'll do that. That's phase 4. Also, as a part of phase 4 in that same video, they're showing you how to go after you have binded your wallet to your person who referred you. Then you will be able to use your voucher and go and get your piece of the node. Okay, write this down. Remember, I told you there's 20 million individuals that have wallets in Fintoch. We had a leadership call the other night, and they made an announcement that there would be 100 spots that people can purchase at $20,000 a person, or $20,000 a spot, where they could get an SVP position, which meant that they earn 40% on the revenue. Was this last night? Yes, last night. By the time I woke up this morning, they were gone. Sold out, those SVP positions. Before they even gave us any instructions, they were sold out. So we got a pre-glimpse last night at 11 o'clock. It was announced publicly at 3 o'clock in the morning, our time, Eastern Standard Time. By the time I woke up, they were gone. All right. There are 10,000 nodes available. We can all participate, but understand at the pace that things are going, as soon as you get your ID number, do not wait. Do not hesitate. Make sure you have your list built out of your investors so that you can contact them immediately and get them to use their super note voucher to get their notes. Because what's going to happen to those 10,000 notes? They're going to sell out. I don't know what the next phase is. I don't know then if everyone else has to wait for them to finish testing the blockchain and then use those vouchers to then get contracts. But that they could have been making money this whole time instead of waiting for the contracts to come back online. So that's it. More than 15 minutes, but I think it was definitely something that everyone needed. Okay, let me see. Tonya, question. I was moving too fast on that update. I put my wallet ID in within the no voucher, but it still went to my wallet ID and my voucher is still there. Do you think it's still where it's supposed to be? D, I will connect with you and we will look on Zoom to check everything out. You'll have to share your screen and we'll look at it. So just call me right after. Another question, can we purchase our nodes before we bind? I don't think so, Deanna. I think you have to bind first. Otherwise, anyone would be able to get into the platform as long as they download the app and be able to purchase. Where do I print out what you showed us? Okay, the printouts are on my website, tonyalawrence.com. It's actually thousands. Someone's asking me, I did say hundreds, but it's thousands of nodes when Binance, their biggest platform, has 24. So someone was taking notes. I was checking to make sure you were paying attention. All right, who else do we have? My math wasn't mathing. I'm hungry. Tina, as soon as it's downloaded, let me put it on my list. I will share the video in the chats. Okay. Okay, Maria, I'm going to have you unmute yourself. What do you mean by enroll again?
No, I was trying to get my son in before everything got shut down, and he never got a chance to get in. So, in order to, I actually had to have a couple potentials that I wanted to bring in. So, when will we be able to start bringing people in again?
Fantastic question. Everyone, as soon as you have the referral ID from your investor that referred you, you can then start adding people, new people as well. Right now, another thing, I know for some people, the ability who have not downloaded the app, the ability to download the app has been quirky, especially on Androids. You can go to fintoch.com.
By the way, on iPhones.
No, Androids. You can go to fintoch.com and on there, download the app. You can get to the official website from your app. I would recommend doing that, going into your app, going to the official website, and then giving that, copy and pasting that official website link to them. They can download the app from there. Then you give them your ID. So there's been two things here. iPhone users, I put a video, I think that's phase 2, with how to refresh your app. iPhone users have had a glitch because once your app is in there for the first time, If it's already there, that first app that's downloaded is managing your phone, you have to remove that. So I put the video in there today on that process. For number two, if someone has an Android and they've never downloaded the app before, if they try to use any of the old referral websites and hit the download button, nothing shows up. So that is the solve for that. You can go to the official website and hit download from the official website. But again, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you are going to your app, clicking the official website and sharing that to make sure it's not some imposter trying to grab and siphon your information once you put your 12 keys in. I got a question in the room with me.
Sam just announced officially he wants everybody on the Android. He said that there's just too much weird stuff going on. His thing is keep your iPhone for fun. He wants everybody on Android.
Okay. In the leadership chat, Mr. Bean just announced something for us that are running this as a business and have multiple wallets that we're managing. It has been pretty much a nightmare with iPhone. Every time they do an update, iPhone won't let it just go through. Android lets it just go through. The iPhone users, we have to go and re-upload everything again. Mr. Bean is highly recommending that everyone goes and grabs an Android phone. You can grab one for $100 somewhere and just use that just for your business. All right. Do we buy into the same node as a team? Great question, Shannon. The one that we're recommending, if it's not sold out yet, is who can't who,
He's trying to figure out what he's gonna work with that, but he's telling us we're not supposed to
okay.
get cash.
So updates are coming in as I'm on the Zoom. I'll tell you, it's been nonstop. I'll get back to you. By the time I send out phase 4, I will tell you what node to go into. But thank you for that, Shannon, because I did have that down as a note that I didn't get to. iPhone. What do you mean? How much are there? How many? Can you unmute yourself?
Hello?
Yes. I didn't understand your question.
Oh, how much are the nodes? That's what I was asking.
Oh, 100,000, or actually a no cost $1 million, you can get a block of your own starting at $100,000. And so that's what Shannon was asking, was there one that we should go to? Because when you look on the process, it tells you to pick a node that you want to go with. Our early recommendation that we received was to go to one that was almost full. So that way, you start getting paid, because as soon as it's full, you start getting paid right away. But if we're working together as a group, as a team, and who's this on iPhone? Is this Parrish?
Yes.
Okay, so say you and your group had 100 grand, or 25 grand, and you wanted to start your own node. You can work together, get to the 100 grand, and then other people can come in and buy the rest of the $900,000 for that node. And once that $1 million block is filled, that node starts producing revenue right away. So if you have well-heeled people and they want to come together and buy a node, it's 100 grand. And then I would say to our team, like, hey, let's go and support this node and put money into that to get it to that $1 million. Great question.
So the minimum is
I knew you would like that.
1,000, but the total node is a million.
Correct. So you can have access to that block for $100,000, and then everyone else feeds into that block up to the rest of the million.
Okay.
Okay.
The $20,000 positions, I think they
Mhm.
was sold out by, I think it was sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold out by 2 weeks ago. I think they were sold
Probably while we were on the call.
I think it was before that because I read the stuff before the call and it said they were all gone. The literature,
Possibly.
but okay, it's neither
Yeah.
here. All right, thank you.
Yes. One of the downsides of not being in a country where everything's first put together, we got to wait for it to get translated into English and then for a leader to come on a call and break it down for us. Meanwhile, they're over there spending money, running it up like Rihanna. Um, Let me see. Our money will continue to compound if we don't touch anything. No, Steve, we need to, Steve, this one's, I'm answering your question. No, you need to take your voucher and either cash it out or put it in with the super nodes in order for it to start earning money for you. Um, Dee just got a new iPhone last week. She's stressed out. All right. And Tommy, that SVP upgrade, it was $20,000, but it sold out nearly immediately. And Parrish is saying he read that it was sold out before we even got on a call last night when we learned about it on the call for the first time. Let me see. Brenda, can you unmute yourself? I see your hand is up.
Hi, yes, thank you so much. Yes,
Mhm.
so the person before me asked you a question and it already answered one of my questions. So we have to take what we have, put it in the voucher and put it in the super node to um compound or something like that.
Yes, for it to start creating revenue for you.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
So it doesn't matter how much it is because mine was a very small investment to start. And then I want to add, but I guess I don't want to add right now until I migrate or update my app because I have Android, thank God, so I don't have to worry about that iPhone drama. But I just can update my app for now. The first 3 phases is what I can do for
Correct.
now. I
That's
don't.
right. You got it.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to reach out to find out how to do that. I know I had to sign in with Julius Weems, and that's okay. I enrolled
Mhm.
with him. Um, so I can
So
reach back
that's
out to
phase
him.
4. He'll give you a referral ID for
Okay.
phase 4. But
Okay.
phases 1, 2, and 3, if you go into the chat on Messenger, it
Mm-hmm.
shows what each phase is, and there's actually a video there as well to walk you
Right.
through. Yeah,
I saw your instructions. I'm just nervous now. Although the
don't be.
instructions are there, I'm a little nervous about, but I will go ahead and give it a try. But I need to get his ID first.
Yeah,
Is that correct? All right.
yeah.
All this is very new to me, so I'm still learning, but thank you so much.
Okay, and I'm just confirming you heard me say no, you don't need his ID first. That's phase
Oh,
4.
oh, phase 4, right? You did say that, phase
Yes.
4. Okay. All
Okay.
right, Tonya, thank you.
All right. You're welcome, dear. I know, Steve, that's been the cause I've been getting. I'm sorry to everyone who's been like, I need to put more money in right now. I got you. I just was trying to make sure that I could service the whole team with understanding this stuff and putting videos together. But as soon as I can get phase 4, at least the video up and get that part rolling for everyone, then I am free to help everyone with adding more money to their accounts. But yes, exciting times. We want to get you through this. Any other questions? And as soon as this is done, I won't even bother making a YouTube video. I'll just put it in as a Zoom in the chat so it's there. No, you can add money right now, Shannon. They actually accept USDT as well. So when the video comes out, you'll see that there's an option to use USDT or to use, excuse me, USDT or your voucher. And remember the USDT that they're using right now, I'm almost certain it's all going to be on the Binance chain. Just to be safe, make sure you have some USDT BNB and also some Binance. $10 worth of Binance should be good for thousands and thousands of dollars. As soon as I have a solution for a place where I can get a nice size amount of Binance and everybody wants to buy $5, $10 at a time, I will have that put together and send that out. So no one has to go to any of these platforms if they're requiring a minimum purchase of $100 or a minimum purchase of $50 when we only need it for the next 2 days. Any other questions? So we can use the added USDT towards, oh man, I should have been reading these questions for the recordings. So we can use the added USDT towards a share of the node. Yes. All brand new people, all existing people, you can use USDT until the nodes sell out. Yes. But you want to use your voucher first. Tina, I would like to build a group to purchase $100,000 worth of nodes. I think you got a couple folks that you know that would be interested in that. Yeah, Steve's waving at you. And I think, so Mr. and Mrs. Bean, they just bought one on their own. But I know some of the other groups, they have like everybody come together, 5 people put in 20,000 or 10 people put in 10,000, and that's how they got their nodes. But whatever, if anyone on this team decides to do it, I will make sure that we run some more money towards it to get it closed out at that $1 million level to support everybody. Any other questions? I'm looking, make sure I didn't miss anything. If anyone needs to unmute, I took the now participants to unmute themselves, yes. No call tonight at 9. Any other questions before we wrap up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Tonya.
still want to just be look. Hey,
Reverend
Dexter,
Taylor, go ahead.
I just had, what did you say Binance was the largest, what?
The largest blockchain.
Blockchain. Thank
Mhm.
you.
You're welcome. Parrish.
Yes. I hear you know, the total, I guess, expense or before the node starts paying off is $1 million. So and that's going to consist of a number of other participants. So what is the $100,000 actually doing for you that it wouldn't do if I just enrolled in one that was near closing?
So the $100,000 essentially gets you naming rights for that block. You get to put the block on there for that node under your name. And the $100,000 gets you 5.472% a day. And that gets to, if it's one person that has that $100,000, it's all theirs. If it's a group, it got to be a group of people that you really want to work with because somebody needs to be in charge of splitting that daily value up. Great questions.
5.47% daily.
5.472% FTC daily.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Tonya,
Yes.
how is it different that you're saying we're at the beginning and for the people coming in later down the line, how are we different from them since we're kind of like the leading pack starting off with this and how is that gonna be different from somebody coming in 6 months from now or a year from now?
So the people coming in later, and I thought we were past this part, they have 2 different blockchains. They have the forget the names, like the Ethereum based blockchain, that model, and then a parallel blockchain. They have 2 different blockchains with Fintoch, which makes us to be more secure and a lot faster, right? And so before we got started, they had sold out of the main chain blockchains already. And
Good.
last Monday, there was a leadership call and they were saying, there's only a couple more left. You better hurry up and get your piece if you want it. And I was like, oh, I'll get it in the morning. I'm too tired after the call. I woke up in the morning and they were gone. And I was like, darn. And I could have used some of my profits to get some of that. So, cautionary tale here is when something gets announced, move and act, because people are going crazy over everything that they offer, which creates this ecosystem, right? And now that we are here and able to participate and get nodes, once the nodes are gone, someone who comes next week, 2 weeks from now, may not have the ability to participate in having a portion of the nodes. Remember that the royalties on the back end, they'll just, right, and my husband sharing too, the buying costs will be higher. Then they're just down the line able to participate in buying the coin when it goes public. Right now, we are getting it at cost, really, on the inside, the very lowest dollars. In the future, people will be able to get it on other blockchains at a higher cost. And in the future, the loans that will be done, they'll just be able to participate in that. But for every single loan that they're out there making, we'll be making money off of each loan. So even
Gotcha.
if we don't have loans, we're still making money.
I gotcha. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Miss Shannon, what do you got?
Okay, I got a few things. Sorry, I'm listening to everybody. My brain is still spinning and I'm so excited. Sorry. Anyways, okay. Will there be some type of like tutorial on how to use our voucher to put towards a node? Or is that part of the one that you haven't released yet? That may be.
Yes, that's phase 4.
That's phase
That-
4. And then
That video's already done.
same with the USDT. If we want to add it now and then put that towards a node as well after we do the voucher, obviously.
It would be the same exact process. It's just when you get to like the checkout counter, you put in the amount of USDT you want to use instead of the voucher.
Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. Thank you. Will new folks be able to buy into a node, or only the people that are currently in right now that have been given a voucher that were already invested?
New folks are able to buy into a node as long as they're available.
As long as they're available. And so if I understood correctly, we can still add people. We just have to send them the link through the Fintoch directly from Fintoch and then give them our ID. Is that correct?
No. The links that we had before, my understanding is that they have not been working. When someone clicks on them to press download, they're still attached to the old version of the app, so they're not working.
Right.
Now, the recommended way is going in through your app, go to the official website.
Okay.
On that official website, copy that link and give it to someone. There's a download button on there.
Okay. And then
It was listed.
we give them our ID, so they would be
Correct.
connected to us. Last question, and then I'll leave you all alone. When can we purchase the FTC? That can't be purchased until it's officially released, correct?
So they gave us some free ones last week. I don't know when they'll allow us to purchase it. They haven't shared that yet. Or maybe I missed it. I don't know.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. As soon as I find out, I'll let everyone know so we can get some right away.
Okay, thank you, Miss Tonya.
You're welcome, dear. Steve, are you saying something?
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay. It happens. Anyone else? Oh, there's something in the chat. Do we upgrade or reinstall our wallet with our referrals links now? Yeah, so Michael, steps 1, 2, and 3. If you go to the Facebook Messenger chat or Telegram, I have them all printed out with video showing what you should do in anticipation of the binding of the wallets, which is phase 4. Anyone else?
Tanya, this is Tina. Okay, so I have an Android. We updated our Androids, okay? And then I know I have to wait for you to send me your link. But right now, when I looked up mine, it still showed that it was my old one. But if I click on it, needless to say, it won't let me copy, it won't let me do anything. So I understand that. Did I not do something right if it still has my old one there?
What I would do is I would go to the app, go to the official website and copy the website and paste it somewhere. And then go everywhere in your phone and just delete any version of the old app. Go to on your Android, it's a folder called Files. And inside of that files, it says downloads. In downloads, you may end up looking through there. You may have 2, 3, 4 versions of the old app. You want to delete all of them and get them out of there.
So you have a video of that?
I don't, because I don't have an Android. I'm sorry. If someone would please create a video on an Android, that would be phenomenal. Share it with me so I can share it with the group. Anyone else? All right, guys, I will be reaching out to you in the chats as soon as it's go time. Remember, build out your infrastructure. I know, like Justin, I know you got a big group. You and Key need to build out that infrastructure. Everyone on here that has a large referral base already, and even if you don't start now, even if you have 2 or 3, because who knows, things may start taking off for you and you want to have somewhere to start from. You don't want to have to start from scratch and be like, oh, wait, what did she say? What was this person's ID number? Because it can be very frustrating if you have to go and try to figure it out after the fact. So you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. You figured it out, Steve? What was it?
Yeah, when I was listening last night, he was saying something about how you could actually lose a GM position.
Yes. Yeah, so now the way it's set up for ranking, it's based on the volume, or excuse me, the dollar amount of the FTC coin. So if FTC coins at that day are worth $1 and your group produces $50,000, 50,000 FTC coins, that's $50,000, you're a GM. All right.
Gotcha.
Now, if someone in your organization does a withdrawal and they take out 20,000 of their cash, which they're allowed to do, they can't still pay you at a GM level because you only have 30,000 left in cash or FTC in there. Also, if the value of the FTC coin is $2 and you had 25,000 in volume that's produced from those FTC coins, that's now $50,000 in FTC. That makes you a GM. If the value would happen to go down to $1.50, you wouldn't have 50,000 in volume anymore. You would have 35,000. That would take away the extra 20% that you got for being a GM that day.
Gotcha.
So the upside is we want this thing to continue to grow like Bitcoin, slow, steady pace until it takes off. It can even be even a little bit slower like Ethereum. We would all still be happy. But as the value of the coin goes up, our portfolio values can increase with that as well. All right. Anyone else? You're welcome, Nate. You're welcome, Brenda. All right, guys, I will see you later, or you'll be hearing from me when it's time to go in and make the updates to your wallets, do the binding. And again, please, 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 please make sure you get out there and tell your other investors. Don't assume that they saw the chat. because you don't want anyone to be left behind. All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Bless evening.